Hello, I'm David Mello, Supervisor of Children's Services here at the Fall River Public Library, and I have a couple of stories that I would really like to share with you. My first story is about a little boy that wants a pet of his very own. Now, some of you might have a dog or a cat or, say, a rabbit or guinea pig at home. This little boy, though, wants a turtle. And turtles are very nice pets to have. I can say that for a fact, having one here at the Fall River Public Library called Sheldon. You might know him, in fact. Well, this story is called The Birthday Pet. It is written by Ellen Javernick and illustrated by Kevin O'Malley. It was Danny's birthday, and his folks said he could get any kind of animal he wanted for a pet. Danny thought it over before he went to bed. "All I really want is a turtle," he said. But instead, Dad said, "You don't want a pet that sits still like a log." So he went out and got Danny a dog. The dog knocked Danny over when they went outside to play. If Danny took her walking, she always ran away. "How's the dog?" asked Father. Danny shook his head. "All I really want is a turtle," he said. But instead, Mom said, "A turtle's not cuddly or soft like a mitten." So she went out and got Danny a kitten. The kitten was cuddly, but it made Danny achoo, sneeze, and he always had to get it down from the trees. "How's the kitten?" asked his mother. Danny shook his head. "All I really want is a turtle," he said. But instead, his big brother said, "You ought to pick a pet more exciting than that." So he went out and got Danny a, oh, watch this, a rat. The rat's beady eyes were a scary sight, and the rat kept Danny up when it gnawed in the night. "How's the rat?" asked his brother. Danny shook his head. "All I really want is a turtle," he said. But instead, his older sister said, "You would like a turtle? A turtle is absurd." So she went out and got Danny a bird. The bird only nipped. It didn't even talk. It was sort of pretty, but it had a nasty squawk. "How's the bird?" asked his sister. Danny shook his head. "Not one of you listened to anything I said. So instead, his family got Danny a turtle with a nice hard shell. Danny couldn't wait for his show and tell. The turtle blinked her eyes and never made a sound. She played peekaboo as she crawled around. He fed her bugs and lettuce, and he made a turtle gym. Danny thought the turtle was the perfect pet for him. So Dad kept the dog, his brother kept the rat, his sister kept the bird, and Mom kept the cat. Danny kept the turtle, and that was the end of that. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm so happy that Danny finally got his turtle. I'm sure he'll agree that it's going to be a wonderful pet. And now my next story is about an animal as well, but one very different from the turtle we met. This next story is about an animal that has very long legs. He has spots along his body. He has funny knobs upon his head. And he has a very long neck. Now, if you guessed a giraffe, you guessed correctly. And our next story is about a very kind giraffe who goes by the name of Jelly Bean. And this story is called The Jelly Bean Tree by Tony Yulee. Jelly Bean has long legs, a long tail, and a very long neck. She sure does. Jelly Bean's favorite place is with the trees. She especially loves to nap with them. And look, she's using the branch as a pillow. One day, Jelly Bean took a long nap. Can you see what's making a nest in her head? When she woke up, she heard something. "I hope my nest won't fall," chirped Mama Bird. And there is a nest in her head. Jelly Bean stood very still for the rest of the day and night. The next morning, Jelly Bean's friends came by. "What are you doing?" asked the dog. "I am a tree," said Jelly Bean. "See my nest?" "Oh," said Dog, That's nice. How long will you be a tree? I don't know, said Jelly Bean. I have never been a tree before. As the days passed, Jelly Bean's friends brought her snacks. That's very nice of them. And picked her some flowers. They played, but not too hard. How much longer will you be a tree? Asked the turtle. Jelly Bean wasn't sure. And then, beep, 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 beep. Can you see the shells? The eggs have hatched. Soon, the chicks were hungry, and Mama flew off to find them food. The birds need a different tree now, thought Jelly Bean. But everyone knew there was no tree better than the Jelly Bean tree. And I think those little chicks would agree. And that's the story of the Jelly Bean tree. And I certainly hope you've enjoyed these stories, and I hope you will join us in the future for more. So long from the Fall River Public Library.